Dukes of Weedom. Episode 76. Almost forgot how to count. Back at it. No breaks, Samas, this week. Well, Chainsaw Man had a break, apparently.
Yeah, apparently. Surprise break.
See, when you said that screenshot of me, what was it, a chapter, and you clicked on it, and then you got a notice?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that didn't happen for me. I just went later.
Well, I didn't get like a notification or anything. I just knew Chainsaw Man said it was coming out on Monday, so I was like, even like when I woke up that day, I opened it up. It was like 3 hours away. I was like, cool, bet. Closed it. Went to open it. When it was finally out, it just wouldn't load. Actually, the other funny thing is I saw it on Twitter that someone else posted a screenshot of it saying that it wouldn't load for Wi-Fi. I'm like, I thought that only happens to me. Only like when my connection's shitty, huh? Well, I'm sure it'll be there. Wi-Fi. Like,
Yeah, no. Just never there for me.
Apparently some of the other websites said it, like, up front said it was a break week. But the Shonen app just didn't get the message.
Which is funny because you'd think of all people, they would be the one to get the message.
Right.
They're the ones that host the series.
That's how people go posting back and forth. It says, like, they post a screenshot of, like, the Viz website being like, next chapter, September 3rd. Well, no, this one says 10 hours. Well, this one says September 3rd still. Well, this one says 3 hours now. And I just posted, Wi-Fi cannot load the chapter.
I do like the memes that came out of it, though. But, like,
beautiful.
Chainsaws ate the chapter. Ate the manga. The manga devil or something.
Yes.
Really great. But we were treated to some other news. A returning character in the JJK world.
Oh, yes. Yes, something I also had utterly spoiled for me.
That's savage, because I did not.
I totally did.
But I had a feeling when I opened the app, because I opened the chapter and literally her face, Nobara's face was the first one to the page. It was her and Yuji, and I was like, oh, maybe we'll see her, but in these next 4 chapters. And then I swiped to the next page, and it was Gege. It was Gojo and Megumi. I was like, oh, just a culprit spread.
Oh,
Damn,
yeah, the
savage.
dogs.
Yeah, and then into the chapter, and then she's at the very end. I was like, yay!
I wonder if I still have that picture. I, like, just saved it, too. I gotta say, Gege is really fucking good at drawing dogs.
Yeah.
Look at the fucking Gojo's dog. That's a perfect fucking doggo.
It is. But I saw her picture there, and I was like, wow, that's probably the first time Gege's drawn her in, like, 3 years.
Forever.
Maybe even longer. Well, no, 3 years would be roughly, like, 125-ish chapters. I don't think she's been gone that long.
Last 5 chapters. So sad.
Oh, yeah, it literally even says it right there. I was so confused at the beginning of the fucking chapter. I was like, did they just, like, switch these speech bubbles? Until I realized that it's because...
Oh, yeah, the body swap training.
They body swap train. So Gojo's in Yuta's body here.
Also, how fucking gay fitting that we opened to a conversation that happened in the past somewhere else once again.
So the main issue I have with these in the past things,
it's like half the fucking chapter,
is he's definitely didn't plan for any of these conversations. So he's throwing these conversations in now to fit what he's doing currently in the story to make it seem that the characters had all this set up. But if you were to read just all of like nothing else, just all the conversations that happened before this, like the fight-in started,
yeah,
you'd be like, just from reading those things, like, oh, okay. So everybody assumes and is basing it off that Gojo dies.
Yeah.
But then when you read it live and you witnessed...
You got this, Sensei.
The peanut gallery, yeah, everyone's like, nah, Gojo's gonna win, blah, blah, blah. So I was just... That's my problem with it.
There's been a firestorm of John Wary hate once again.
Oh, yeah? What do you say this time?
He hasn't been able to heal his wounds because of reversed curse tech.
Oh, yeah, just put technique.
No, not even that. He hasn't been able to heal his wounds because reverse curse technique. How does that make sense?
Yeah,
he can't heal because of healing. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, leave it to John Worry. Though this is...
It's the last 5 chapters. Imagine if these awful translations get it through to the physicals. Worry's a curse on the JJK manga.
I just hope that his tenure as a translator does not go to something else super popular.
That'd be so sad. Let him get one of the Exorcist series.
Yeah, right. Though this is like an amazing ability to use
for Nobara?
Nobara to use resonance.
Also, look, they're here. They've been here all along. Gakuganji and fuck
Scarface. Bro, I can't help you. I got nothing.
I got nothing too.
Isn't Urahime?
Yes. Nice.
Holy shit. That just literally just like I had nothing. It was all fogs, and then all of a sudden 2 angels rose out of the fog and were like, "Ha!" with her name on a piece of paper and just cleared the fog within a nanosecond.
7 angels with 7 trumpets.
Yes. I was like, oh, well, okay. That pretty sure that's it.
Probably too long ago now. I was hoping to find the Nobara page with the fan translations.
And then you got fucking Yuji just beating fucking Sukuna's face in. Just dim punches.
Dim punches.
With the Sukuna, let's finish this. You think this Black Flash is what kills Sukuna? Or you think there's...
I think there's going to be at least a little more. I think you can at least threaten to do the merger.
Nah, that's a scrapped idea.
Gone.
It's a scrapped idea, just like Kenjaku backstory and the Heian arc story.
And Kenjaku having a fight.
And figuring out, letting us know how Kenjaku and Sukuna know Tengen.
And how Sukuna became a curse.
How he was sealed.
How he was the fallen one. If you fell from somewhere. What about before you fell?
Yeah, right. Nope, Gege just decided, no, I'm done with this manga.
It's called Sorcery Fight, assholes.
I think I said this last week or maybe the week before. You think he does another manga?
Yes, only because someone reminded me while I was listening to like videos about it that he says he wants to do an idol manga.
Well, that's a fucking genre switch, huh?
It sure is.
The only idol anime that I've ever given any semblance of a care for is Oshinoko. And at least with that author, he came off Kaguya-sama, which is a rom-com.
And there's a twist to it. It's not just idol.
Yeah, if it was technically, fuck, you would know it. No idea what this is, but what is it? What was her name? It was Vivi something, but there was an anime.
Fluorite song?
Yes.
Fluorite something.
She's an android that stuff from the future. She's to change the apocalypse. She poses as an idol. Well, not really. She's an idol robot android thing. She sings. But it's a secret badass ninja assassin thing.
Fluorite's Eyes song.
Yes. That's technically another idol idol anime that I've seen. Because you could reach in there because she sings, and she sings to a crowd, and she's an idol. That's her, like, main identity, but then it's like the subplot is what she does afterwards to save the future from being killed, all the humans being killed by all the androids.
Damn.
Yeah, that's how the first episode opens. It's just like it's hyper futuristic, and you got all of these androids that do just basically everything for you. You know what I mean? You got an android that washes your clothes. You got random ones on the side just doing everything, from delivering mail, delivering food, delivering packages, whatever. They all have personal assistants with them that are androids that are like butlers / maids things.
Yeah.
It just shows one of them like tweak out real quick, just like his face, and all of a sudden all of them just like, you know, the typical, the chip goes red, and they just start murdering people.
I just start killing things.
That's how episode 1 just opens, is everyone dies, and then some scientist dude writes a program and sends it back in time to her. So she has access to knowing what the future is, and then she has to go through and try and, at certain stages, like basically Terminator-esque, like, okay, we got to make sure John Connor lives, and Skynet activates on this day. So on this day, you know, all the pivotal events that led to this one moment, she tries to change. It doesn't work. It still happens. But not all the humans die in her run through.
Nice.
But no, she fails in her mission too. Successfully. She actually has to do it twice. She goes back in time like 3 days sooner. The first one's just a complete catastrophic failure. But anyway, it's just...
I'm just surprised Gege wants to do an Idol manga when he seems to very clearly hate drawing women. Because like Nobara wasn't even supposed to exist, from what I remember from interviews. He added her in because the shonen trio is such a popular trope.
Well, also too, I mean, maybe this is a degenerate take, but most of the time with idols, it's all about like cute girls and stuff. I mean, again, could be throw a twist on it, but most idol shows is all about the cute girls. And
I left my ass off if he does manage to do like an all boys idol manga
or like super feminine. But he's always said like he's very adamant about there being no fan service whatsoever in his artwork or in the anime. To always try to make sure there's none of that. There's no
That's
like,
why the Jujutsu High uniform is like that.
Yeah, because that's why he says that like he I think I read somewhere that he loathes the panty shot trope.
Thank God.
And I'm not saying idols have that. I mean, I'm sure there's idols out there that do. But what I'm trying to get at is that like Gege's drawing style of women are like Maki and
yeah, it's kind of antithetical to idols, which inherently is
hyper feminine and conservative sexuality, in the sense that it's not there
to be explicitly sexual, but it's
there
also
there
to like stimulate the men.
It's not the sexual like, oh, look at my cleavage, or like
no, but
skin sexual, but it's the cuteness of it.
There's still look at my skin there a little bit too.
Because that's all about what the idol culture is like
it's being what anyone else wants you to be.
Yeah.
To them, not like prostitute style.
Which is also another reason why I kind of like Oshinoko, because it's more of a retrospective look at the entertainment industry as a whole. It's not just idols, because you have Ruby, who's going the idol path, but Aqua's going the actor path, and then there's reality TV shows and that he's on. So it's all about.
It made me think paths of pain, and in my head it's like I am the singing path.
Yeah, so it's all about the underbelly of the entertainment industry and the corruption and the favoritism that comes with that, and you don't have ins, you know what I mean, that kind of stuff. While also the Aqua subplot of trying to work his way up there and start checking people off a list to find out who killed, who's responsible for killing I. we're still not at the manga, which that's another one that's coming to an end or is about to end or whatever.
Damn, already.
Well, he's wanted to end it for a while. I think he says because he's trying to write nothing. He's trying to start a new series. He wants to do another one, and I'm like, bro,
calm down.
You already got 2, like, triple platinum series or whatever. You know, I don't know. Like, Kaguya-sama's vastly popular. Oshinoko was already had a cult following, but now the anime has just skyrocketed.
Yeah, but so even if it just ended at this surge, the surge is big enough to say, yeah, it's huge success.
Yeah, so I don't know anything about the third or what he's trying to do. I wonder if I can find it, if he's even said what he wants. I'm going to have to go a roundabout way. Let's see. Oh, Akasa. Okay, copy. Let's see. Did paste. Third manga. Let's see if that comes up. No, let's not. They want that third manga to be a fucking Kaguya-sama. Oh, yeah, right here. I think that's it. Pop-ups. Illustrator revealed Thursday that she, great at Akasai, will launch a new manga titled Renai Daiko, Love Proxy.
So it's like smashing together both.
Yeah, they have like a synopsis here. Oh shit! The person from Scum's Wish. I watched that anime. I don't see like a synopsis of what, or even like a genre really. Obviously, it's got love in it, so maybe it's some kind of romance thing and some cute little animal thing and a girl on.
Looks like a hand puppet.
Oh yeah, huh? It is a hand puppet. Didn't even notice that her hand is literally going right through it. But hey, cool. So many mangas. Like we're at like a generational shift now. Again, you know what I mean? Like we had the. We as me and you are about to start. Well, we already technically are in it with like KaguraBachi and fucking some of these other new series. Like our third generation of series, because we went through the original like big 3, whereas One Piece, yeah, is still going. Naruto and Bleach are over.
I'd argue we've gone through like 4 generations.
Well, in anime, there's a lot of things, but what would you consider your third generation?
Well, I mean, Dragon Ball Z is like a whole generation behind Naruto, so it'd be Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I guess you could say that, but
Cowboy Bebop. Like I was watching that old Adult Swim.
I was more so speaking more of
Inuyasha.
The manga side of things.
Yeah,
because if you call the anime,
well, I'm
side,
saying those were all
trends.
in the magazine at the same time too.
True. Then yeah, okay, yeah, because Rurouni Kenshin,
yeah,
Yu Yu Hakusho, fucking.
We're witnessing our 4th generation.
Yeah, so our 4th generation of shit's starting up with like KaguraBachi.
Sakamoto days.
Yeah.
It's an in-betweeny, yeah. It's like 100 and some odd chapters, but with like Black Clover and MHA ending at like their 300s, I'd still throw in Sakamoto in there.
Because that's what I'm getting at. So Black Clover's said what? They only had...
It's gotta be like 2 more chapters.
And then My Hero's over. JJK's ended in 4 more chapters. Chainsaw, who knows? I mean, Chainsaw could end in 30 chapters. It could end in 100.
It literally can.
Who only knows?
Kaiju will also, who knows?
Kaiju's another open-ended one. I don't see... It sounded like what? Kaiju's episode, chapter 100 is the next chapter, I think, right?
113 is the next one.
Oh, shit.
In 15 hours, too, by the way.
Well, because Kaiju...
Because
here's my thing.
I want it to keep going, and it should keep going, but I see a lot of speculation that it might not keep going.
I don't see it at the maximum. I don't see it reaching like 180, 200 chapters, because I think... Well, no, less than that. 170 maybe max, because if they, last chapter made it seem like, where they look like they're about to defeat Kaiju number 9. The only thing left, because Kaiju number 9's been too prevalent through the entire series.
Yeah.
For them to try and build up another Kaiju number 9 level enemy, unless they're going to focus on figuring out where the Kaiju are coming from and try and resolve that whole thing completely. You know what I mean?
I hope so.
Because they've mentioned they know roughly where they come from. There's some kind of portal out in the Pacific Ocean. So if they beat this thing and recover, then they could decide to put an expedition together to try and go figure that out, seal the hole, or maybe there's a Kaiju god or something. You kill that dude and it just kills all Kaiju.
I still feel like there's got to be more, because it's just those little threads that haven't been tied up. Like Samurai dude dropping on us literally last minute that there's that many Kaiju inside of 9.
Mm-hmm. It's like a hive mind type thing.
Yeah, so I just think there's a lot of threads.
Then there's still.
But I also think you're right. How many more large arcs could we do? And
then there's still the whole explanation of the Kaiju that is inside.
Yes.
Kafka, especially because the anime, I did not remember the thing fucking spoke to him before it went in.
Found you.
And it's like,
I actually didn't remember when he went berserk. Yeah. Almost in general, but the fact that it would had that internal view where it was him bound and it's giant.
Yeah. So there's still a lot that I still think Kaiju's gonna go for another 40.
I hope
easy.
So.
But Spy Family could go for as long as Spy Family wants to go.
In fact, even if you try to speculate where Spy Family's going, there's still so much progress on that progress bar to go.
Yeah, because you could argue that it's taken 100 chapters. Wait, they're on chapter 100, right? One of
Spy Family's on 103.
Okay, so I knew one of them were around 100. So she has, 2 Stellar Stars right now?
Yeah.
So then you could speculate, because she takes 50 chapters to get a Stellar Star, and she needs, 7 of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure, at least.
So you could math it out and be like, okay, that's 350 chapters. So, or he could just choose a different route.
Yeah, or plan B happens.
Yeah.
But either way, there's still a mix there of it'll be at least another 100 chapters.
Yeah. No, Spy Family ain't going anywhere.
Thank God.
And we still got, which just means that we do have other series that we know about, but we don't talk about or cover too much. There's Undead Unluck. We've been reading Sakamoto, so eventually we'll catch up to Sakamoto.
So Undead, Sakamoto, Elusive Samurai.
I would throw Rich Watch in there, but
Akane Banashi.
Something that you would want to watch / read.
I want to watch it more than read it first.
Yeah.
Just because that style of the anime is incredible. Even those are again old. Undead Unluck's 219 chapters.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Lucis Samurai's 169. Yozakura Family's 239. And I hate to even say it, we need to start looking at more of these ground level ones for what's going to blow up. As in KaguraBachi.
Well, KaguraBachi is already...
Nothing in the world would get me to watch these Exorcist shows, Exorcist manga, so I'm not even going to say them. Kill Blue, New A's Exorcist. I'm actually wondering if New A's Exorcist is going to go the fucking distance now.
It's that what now? Was it 63?
63.
Dude, we started that live on I did on chapter 1. I think it's if you make it to 63 chapters, I think you're sticking around.
I think so too, but
on the Shonen Jump.
But then again, Kill Blue's 66, and I still don't think that's going to stick around.
It's weird. I started Kill Blue. Watched read through the first 3 chapters. I think that's the one where an assassin dies and gets reincarnated and then goes to elementary school. But I don't know, it's just weird.
Yeah, Hitman Ogami faces his greatest challenge yet. Middle school.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. This it's shonen, so I have no.
Something will pick up the mantle. I'm
Yes.
just curious what.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. Like I like discovering new things. Like KaguraBachi is fucking lit.
Yeah.
But I want to see something more unique than just. I mean, KaguraBachi is pretty unique. It's got a different magic system than Exorcist, so there's that. Vibe. The different vibe.
Because, like, it's almost weird to say, we never get, like, a main character that has the revenge story in shonen. It's usually, like, relegated to your Sasuke's, your Karapikas.
Mm-hmm. I would say Hunter x Hunter's ending, but that's not going to happen.
Hunter x Hunter... I'm not going to make that joke.
Togashi's going to die before Hunter x Hunter's.
Yeah, pretty much where I was going.
Yeah. And that's not even a shot at the fact that he's sick all the time.
No.
It's more of a shot that he doesn't.
It's more the
want
reality
to do it.
of the situation.
Yeah, he just doesn't.
If he's not going to pass it off, I know he's not going to finish it. Ergo, he will die first. No shade, no hate, no. I don't want you to die, Togashi, but it's kind of where all of the equation leads to.
Mm. Technically, you say too, of all of these things, One Piece is ending too. Just we have a time.
That's the
frame, but that's a
nuclear bomb countdown for the Shonen Jump headquarters.
I'm gonna have to be put on watch when that happens. Don't even know the empty chasm that will fill my heart.
Maybe this is just gonna be the last generation of hard-hitting great manga from Shonen Jump, specifically.
I don't know. I somehow doubt that.
No, because KaguraBachi's still there. That's
right. But yeah, I mean, maybe they're just grasping. Maybe it's like Shonen's got that the isekai bug, in the sense that, you know, how Sword Art Online and ReZero and Overlord became all super popular, and everyone else in the world was like, you know what? Let's just keep making isekai. And now Shonen's like, you know what? That Exorcist thing works. Just keep making Exorcists.
Yeah, because they're sucking at the tea to JJK right now. That's why.
Well, I'm sure also that... see, because I'm sure that Shonen gets series applications all the time, so they gotta vet the series, because it's obviously the authors that are coming up with the exorcism plotline, but then it's just Shonen that's like, oh, an exorcist, let's choose that one. Yeah, you know what I mean?
That's hip and marketable right now.
Yeah. I have faith though. I don't think manga's going to, especially with the surge of popularity that anime got through COVID, and that just will end up translating to manga one way or the other.
My big thing is, though, this is all a vibes-based argument, 100% vibes-based argument. Doesn't hold much water at all. I like to think, like, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, if a time traveler came and be like, which of these are going to be popular, I could have picked out Demon Slayer and My Hero. Like, they have, like, a look to them that's more than Kyokoto Necromance or fucking, where's the other one? Astro Royale or Kill Blue. Like, it's they have at least a style to them that's, like, really catching.
Well, I will say that Demon Slayer would not have been one of my choices.
I would have, only because...
Especially if you look at early
Demon Slayer designs.
I don't know, because Demon Slayer, and maybe I'm conflating it a little bit, but the manga drawing it, I don't remember being like My Hero has always been fucking gorgeous to look at.
It has.
But like early Demon Slayer manga chapters were
incredibly unique designs for My Hero, because the series allows him to.
Okay, just figures I just search Demon Slayer manga and all I get is fucking fire.
See, I really think there's at least enough in the character designs that it would have been very
maybe.
pulling.
Maybe I'm just, like, being stupid here.
We also putting him we have him next to Horikoshi, so I can understand why you were like Demon Slayer and all that.
That's true. But I have read all of Demon Slayer because as soon as season 1 ended, I can't say like demons. So like those manga people, I see it all the time in comments now when like manga gets announced and people are like, or anime gets announced and they're like, I can finally say I was here before the anime type thing. I was on the Demon Slayer before the hype because the hype came in like episode 17 or 18 against the Louis fight. I was watching that from episode 1 and I didn't know it was a thing. I just opened Crunchyroll that day and seen all the new anime. I was like, oh, what's this? Slayers of Demons? Okay, I'll give that a shot.
Sounds like everything I'm about.
Yeah, and the quality was good right off the bat, and I saw Ufotable, so I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good.
Home run.
So
I don't get that vibe from some of the newer ones that have been coming out. Not that every series needs to have banger character designs, but out of all the factors, I think that's one of the important ones.
I knew KaguraBachi would just because of the glazing that shit got before it even aired.
And again, because of great character design.
Chihiro was glazed.
It was the fact he's in all black hair, and had a katana. Yes. That's all it took.
That's all it took, yes. You're right. They fucking...
People...
Twitter loved him.
The American anime enjoyers love swords. Bleach was like 50% carried by the fact that everyone has swords.
Oh, poor Kubo wanted to draw his guns, too.
Oh, poor guy.
He fitted in there, though. There's a Espada and a Quincy that run guns. And then the new one, oh my god. The Witch one.
Witch Watch.
No,
Burn the Witch.
Burn the Witch, yes. Thank you. That's all guns. That's how they use. They don't have Sambakutos, they have guns.
I will say, the Ultimate Exorcist guy, he's kind of got that wow factor on the character design, at least. That X factor.
Is it because the character's making an X or a plus sign with his hands?
No, it's because he got red hair.
Another character that's hair color threw me for a loop today. Because I read my 3 Sakamotos and that girl had a cover page.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, her hair is blue.
Yeah. She's got one of my favorite volume covers, too.
Well, I mean, you can tell just by fucking looking at her character design that she's gonna stick around for a while.
The one on the right.
Oh, yes. Only volume 8, huh? Well, I mean... Yeah, I'm aware of chapter 61 is what I just read up to.
They said, I just want to make sure. Yes, perfect.
Yeah, because you said 3 and we're on 58, so... It's good stuff.
Always good stuff.
Fuck that movie director guy.
I hate him so much.
Same.
But
it's like, bro,
I do love that he blew up that fucking plane.
I was so mad. I was like, yo, the JCC isn't gonna fire his ass? He just fucking killed one of the pilots. And then blew a hole in the airplane.
Threatened everyone on that goddamn plane.
And then it's like all of the admin and like instructor people were like, knew this was probably gonna happen because they were all wearing parachutes.
They all felt like us that they have to get rid of this guy.
I love how they impromptu being like, oh, okay, this is the second test. Totally planned. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Fucking monsters. Not only get down safely from an unprepared plane explosion, but also make sure you get that bullet too on your way down. So that I would fire him just off the fact that he doesn't seem to even care about his job. He cares about one job over the other.
It's two things here. One, that it's just like it goes back to the My Hero and the fucking Wild Strawberry and all of the other ones. That's like, kaiju, we're gonna train recruits by having them fight our enemy in a closed area and have multiple of them die and think that it's okay.
In their defense, a hitman school's the only time I'm like, yeah, maybe let all the loose ends die.
True. But then
the saviors of humanity school.
My second point, what else to say here is with Sakamoto Days universe. How many? I want to know the population of their planet, because there is an exuberant amount of excess people to be killed.
For a whole lot of assassins.
For seemingly the general public to not be concerned about the fact that mass murder happens on the daily.
Let's say 25% of the population is being paid to kill the other 75% of the population.
It's just that 75 is like 30 billion people. So you don't notice the 15 the airplane filled of people that just died. Though in this case, they're all assassin trainees, so they're probably not.
Most of them seem to live.
Well, they're also all the random people on the plane that did die. These people came to an assassin school. They're probably not going to be missed or known if they were killed.
This is the one time as like a test director, I'm like, yeah, I don't need the ones that fail to live. In fact, I don't want them to give away a single bit of information about our...
Yeah. I wasn't expecting one of the admins to just go on the offensive, though, and just start killing people.
Literally. Again, he doesn't seem to care about his job
at all. Yeah.
In fact, he seems to use order as just like an excuse to be able to film murder.
I thought more than just 4 people would pass the test, though.
Yeah. Wait.
It's literally just Sakamoto, Shin, the girl, and the 14-year-old kid. That's it. It's just 4 of them.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. Everyone else that jumped out of the plane with parachutes are all admins.
It really is just them there.
It is, yeah.
There's still this chance that they could wash up to shore and be like, I'm not done yet.
No, you know what's going to happen? Alright, here's test 3, and here are all these new people that came on a different plane.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
You thought you were the only plane?
There's multiple airports. Why wouldn't there be multiple planes?
I started asking every single one, did your plane blow up? Did your plane blow up?
So
did your plane blow up?
That would be the funny part. Everyone comes to the third test, and they're like, all right, the third test. And everyone else other than Sakamoto's group are like, third? Isn't this the second test?
That's even better. I like that one more.
Hilarious.
Loved it. So love them. Like right towards the end where Sakamoto's just like, this needlework.
It's magnificent. And
Under those conditions?
Who is this girl? Your future trainee. Add into the fucking... Your future party member.
Yes.
That's what I see.
Oh, I love a Sakamoto RPG. You can see what your enemies are going to do on their turn because you have Shin.
Yo, the fucking Sakamoto days in the style of like Yakuza Like the Dragon would be lit.
I like that. What a good pitch.
Right? I almost played that the other day.
I need to get back on that. I need to get back on so many things. I played Elden Ring the other day, though.
Ooh,
yeah.
Spicy.
Yeah, my partner was asleep, and I'm like, I don't really have MOBA time. I do have Elden Ring time.
Did you beat anything?
No. I farted around. A lot of farting around. Oh, that was one of my favorite parts, though. I was just, like, looking around the map, checking, like, the different points that I have and shit. I was like, because I don't want to just throw myself at the Windmill Village again. I'm like, I just want to do something.
I noticed. Tease the fuck out of the Windmill Village. Because you could fight that thing on torrent.
I could. I got to learn to fight it because it's going to show up later with a fat guy.
Yeah.
So, but I noticed in Liurnia, I had a point that says at the foot of the 4 belfries, but no point that says the 4 belfries. So I was like, I'm going to go there. And there's like a clear hill on the map too. So I'm like, clearly there's something at the top of this hill. So I go up to the top of the hill. First of all, there's ghost giants. Didn't even fuck with them. I just kind of swoop, swoop. I mean, it's Liurnia. I could have killed them. I'm like, I'm still not fucking dealing with this. Swiggity swooty. Go all the way up to the 4 belfries, which was there like I predicted. Has a single teleport circle with an imp. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm doing it. Tink. Ksh, crumbling Faramazula. I was just like, literally just SpongeBob being just... Do I see a grace? I don't see a grace. I got slaughtered before I could get to a grace.
Brutal.
Went down a few platforms, hear a noise, turn around, and it was like 5-ish gargoyle-like things, or radish gargoyle-ish-like things come down and just fucking annihilate me.
If I remember correctly, you have to kill a dragon. Do your first grace, you come to this open, like...
Oh, so I was fucked.
It looks like a broken coliseum, and you're floating in a tornado, so you can potentially fall off.
And there's like you're like literally platforming your way down to like...
Yeah, so you get in there, you fight through a bunch of things, and then you have to fight a dragon. And when you beat him, the wall behind him crumbles, and I'm pretty sure that's where the grace is. I think that's the first grace that you have access to in there.
The game was rigged from the start.
Yeah. That's like super endgame. That's an optional endgame place.
I am happy that I now have a guaranteed way to get there, though.
There you go. Yeah.
Because every time I've heard it's optional, I'm like, am I just going to miss this fucking thing eventually? Am I just going to, like, never go there?
My problem when I played Elden Ring was finding things that I couldn't get access to and spending way too long trying to get to those places just to find out that I had to progress through certain quest lines later to get to them. So I found things too soon.
Yeah.
And I was like, God damn it! Curses!
And I spent the rest of my time on Elden Ring throwing myself at the Fringe Folk hero grave. Do you remember this place?
Maybe, if you describe it.
It's a part of the beginning area, like when you're like getting through the graveyard and you're about to like go to the lift. It brings you up to the world.
Yeah, you take a left or a right, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's the moving...
Yep. At first there's a giant pool of poison just long enough to give you poison.
Yeah.
Fuck them. Fuck you, Miyazaki.
But then you get to the end and there's that moving train cart thing. That is... Do you make it past that?
No, it's fucking infuriating. I mean, I made it a couple, like, sections. I didn't make it all the way.
So... long.
I'm still there. By the way, that's where I shut my game down.
Oh, it's so I know of at least 2 separate paths that I didn't go down, and I'm like, there's optional things to go in there and look, but I'm just done in this place.
It's funny because I've been there before. Like I was already opened, so
I've been all the way to the bottom. I've beat the main boss that's down there.
I have not. I've gotten to the exact same point as far as I gotten last time that I was there, though. There's a certain section where it's down, turn, down, and the fucking cart loves to just toot until I'm around the bend, then it'll move. But until then, I have to gotta like bait it back up to get back down, and it just doesn't happen. I die.
It's brutal. I hated it.
Last time I was there, though, the mobs were kicking my ass, and they're no longer kicking my ass. I'm way more leveled than last time. That's the
infuriating part, is when you come to a part, there'll be 2 mobs in 2 safe corners. So you go into one.
And one has a bow.
Yeah, and you're sitting there waiting for the thing to come back, just getting shot in the face.
Literally just trying to swerve left and right. Just to
knowing that you're like, I can't go because then the thing will kill me. But then it doesn't come, and it doesn't come, and it doesn't come. And you're like, if I just went after the first time I got shot, I would have made it. But now I'm sitting here, and then it gets past you, and it goes down to the bottom. And you gotta wait for it to turn around, and then come back up. And then once it passes you, then you go over there. And then you go over there, and it just knocks you off the fucking side, and you die, and then you rage.
I was so happy and proud to get through the part where the ground is skinnier, and you have to get through. Because it's like 2 pits and the ground's skinny and the cart's still coming through that section. So you got to run up the skinny middle part and still get to a save point. I was just so happy to get there. It was literally like the next turn was that one I was talking about where I died.
Because there's two of them, so eventually you reach a point where the first one stops chasing you and just goes and fucks off. But then you'll round the bend and there'll be a second one there that is now you have to
started to.
Yeah.
It's the fact that they again move each section as you complete it too. I can't fully predict how it's.
Because the part that sucks too is there's a point where you keep going that you'll come to a point where there's a gap in the floor that you can jump down. So you can jump down, it's a slanted slope, right?
Yeah.
And there's a gap. You can jump down on the thing.
I did that.
And
where
down
it's
there.
sloping this way and sloping this way, so you can just
Well, no, I'm saying there's literally, you come down the path, all walls on the side, and you can either keep going down or you can jump through a hole in the floor and go through a separate path. And there's stuff in there that you can explore and stuff. Eventually, you will come to a point where you're not being chased by that, and then you can just explore
theoretically
as you go.
Theoretically, if I get that far.
It took me a while, I'm not gonna lie.
Fucking infuriating. The last time I was doing it too, I threw myself at it a lot. I was like, fuck this.
Yeah, it's rough.
Fucking hate it.
Because again, it just always harkens back to the thing. I just don't have the time right now to be trying to download all the DLCs that I want to be playing. Tree. It's long too, isn't it? I don't even know how long, but
I heard it's big.
It's big. There's a lot to do in it.
They said it's as big as the first area of the map, and from what I heard, they lied. It's bigger.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And because all the other DLCs I want to get, Black Myth Wukong came out, and I'm just so tempted to just get that right now, but I'm just I don't have the time.
I'm definitely gonna wait for sale. I got way too much backlog, way too much shit.
So the problem with me right now is that sales on new games never happen, or I'm never on the PlayStation Store looking for sales in the first place. So what I should actually do is put it in my wish list, and then they will notify me if there's a sale. Too. Would it not? Well, because you'd have to wait a long time for that game to come onto the free game of the month.
Oh, free game of the month? No. It's probably never.
Probably not.
It's probably not till PS6.
Yeah, you're probably right.
But a sale, I bet it'll be $15 off 4 months from now.
Or I could just go to a local GameStop for the first time in 5 years and maybe pick it up for $15 off in 2 months.
I would say, there'll be used copies of that fast. Some people are going to pick that game up and not be ready for it.
Or just the fact that it's a single-player game and they're going to beat it and then trade it back in.
That's true, too. On both sides of the spectrum, they'll be trading it back in.
I haven't been to a GameStop in forever, dude.
Me neither. I'm not even sure if people even sell their games to GameStop anymore.
I would not.
I saw an ad for a retro GameStop. It made me want to throw up in my mouth.
An old school GameStop?
As in, reselling old retro games. But I'm sure they're not going to do that affordably. They're just going to do it at the market value every other store sells them at. Which is way overinflated and terrible.
I will say, though, I do miss game releases and actually going to a GameStop to pick up your game.
Me too. I think the last time I did it was Battleborn.
I only went, I don't think...
So that's pre-Overwatch. That's over 8 years ago.
Yeah.
I want to say.
So I remember I got this... I didn't go to many midnight releases. I went to the midnight release for Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. Nice. But that was because they didn't have a midnight release for that. But there was another game that had one the same night it came out. So we were able to go and pick up Monster Hunter instead of that game.
Yeah.
So I did that. But there's no... I can't... My wife did for...
I've definitely been to a few.
Ocarina of Time. No, not Ocarina. The fucking... The new...
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild. Yeah. She that was the last one she went to.
I definitely did for Battleborn. I don't remember if there was a midnight release for Dissidio 12.
I don't know.
I don't think so though.
Yeah, I don't know. The problem is most like.
Also, haven't bought it. Haven't bought a physical since PS3. Yeah.
Oh no, I buy physicals all the time, as you know. I like collecting things. So I have Stellar Blade, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, God of War Ragnarok. That was PS5, right?
Yeah. 16.
16. And it's definitely another PS5 game that I have hard copy. I just can't think of it right now.
Elden Ring?
Yeah. No. Elden Ring might be downloaded for me. I might have bought that.
That's a pretty safe bet, though.
Yeah. Might have bought that on the store.
I don't think I would ever trade in Elden Ring. There's just...
Well, I mean, as you know, I've traded in... I traded in some PS2 games 15 years ago. And since then, I said never again. Because I got like $3 for them.
I did a lot of trading in, but mostly for games I knew I wouldn't play again. Dishonored, Infamous Second Son, like smaller story-ish games.
See, because I'm weird, and I'm like, I never know when I'll get the itch to play an old game, so I keep it all. Like,
to be fair, you know. I've wanted to play Dishonored since that time.
Yeah. So, like, I still have, as you know, my PS2 sitting right there. Some of my PS2 games are there. I have my Xbox 360. I have my PS3. I have my PS4, PS5. I have a Switch with a bunch of Switch games. I have my 3DS. That still works. I have my PSP, which probably doesn't work anymore. I've turned the PSP on forever. I have my Vita, which does still work. Not supported anymore online, but none of the games I had on it, well, local online would still probably work, but Dissidia would be the only online game that I have, which was never true online anyway. It was always local play. But I have every Monster Hunter I've ever played. I still have. I have most of the Final Fantasy games, like access to play them. I still have my original copy of Skyrim for PS3.
That's all I got.
I could play vanilla Skyrim if I wanted to.
Never.
But I would never play that anyway. I'd just play the PS4 one. They re-released it remastered on PS4, right?
There's like a billion re-release remasters.
You're right. That was a stupid fucking thing to say.
Yeah.
It's literally the meme.
I'm sorry, but yeah.
That was really... That was a lapse in judgment.
Did they just do another one that has fishing now? Like...
Yeah, I was fucking heated because that was when I was actually playing Skyrim again.
They're like, here's one with features.
No, because it's an update to that one. But when it update, it corrupted everyone's save file.
Oh, Bethesda.
And I was way up there. I was like high 40s. And it was finally the one class I always said that I would always want to try. And I didn't revert to a stealth archer. I had a fucking conjurer build, dude. And I was deep into conjuration.
I love conjuration.
Deep into it. I had all of the expert level skills. I was trying to get the master level skills. I was level, what I said, 47.
It's brutal.
Yeah, I was way in there.
Oh, Bethesda.
Oh, how have you fallen?
That just reminds me of when the people making Fallout New London were almost done, which is like a huge mod. Completely changes the map. Whole new stories, characters, and everything. They're almost done with it, and that's when Bethesda's like, next gen update for Fallout 4. Fuck your mod.
Yeah, I'll play Skyrim again someday.
I'd play Skyrim again.
Yeah.
I absolutely would. I don't know how far I'll get. Every time I say I'll play Skyrim again, I get less and less playtime out of it.
It's because each time you've done it, you're playing the same shit in the beginning, so you get tired of it.
Yeah, I start the College of Winterhold. I'm like, oh man, this is why I didn't continue these quests. This quest sucks.
I remember doing the College of Winterhold my first time, and I fucking loved it. And then every time I've done it after, I was like, no, this is just bad.
Those first couple quests take so fucking long because you're following people that walk so slow.
Yeah. But still a good game. That's a fucking game.
I wish Bethesda made games like that.
Cross our fingers for Skyrim, Elder Scrolls 6, but...
Yeah.
The way fucking...
my faith is dead.
The way Starfield turned out. I'll wait.
Todd Howard.
It baffles me, dude. Again, it comes back... I said the same argument back when Starfield first came out. The fact that one person made a mod within the first 3 days of the game releasing to completely overhaul the entire inventory system. And how items were stored, how they're categorized, added little icons to bet it. I'm like, dude, one dude just did this in 3 days, and how huge is the Bethesda dev team?
Those are meant to have. They just announced that you can get to ride vehicles now on planets.
It's wild you couldn't do that before.
It's wild it's taken this long.
I just want a good space game, dude. I fucking love outer space. I want to have space battles, exploration and stuff, and I'm just like, do I really have to buy No Man's Sky?
I was just about to say it again too, man. It's a really slow startup, but if you get into it, you will get to the space battles and the exploration. It's just all of the breaking shit down and crafting.
Give me a Warhammer 40k video game. Like a
Tuesday. Literally Tuesday.
Is there one coming out on Tuesday?
Yeah, literally next Tuesday, Space Marine comes out.
Does it look good?
It does look good, but it doesn't look like what you're looking for. Yeah. It's not a space exploration game. It is a tyrannid slaughtering game.
Like so, because watching the Starfield stuff ticked so many boxes for me to be interested in why I bought it, but then had never even opened the app. I still have
You're still stuck with it because you couldn't refund it,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, it's on my desktop still.
The more time, the better it's going to age. Genuinely, too, because
they're going to keep updating it, yes.
And more mods, yep.
So my thing with what I would want in a space video game is customize my own ship throughout the game. Let me start with something rinky-dinky, and then as I go through whatever credits that I get, I can fucking buy upgrades, customize the look, color of my spaceship, just like I know you can in Starfield. Have your own character, I don't care, stories, whatever. I really want to be able to do is fly through space.
No Man's Sky got you there.
Not load screen through everything. From what I understand, taking off from the ground and to get into space is three separate small animation shots with three load screens in between.
You would literally interact with your ship to pick where you go, load screen to go into space, load screen to get there, load screen to land, load screen out. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Pretty sure. I think it's a load screen to get you into space from the ground, like touching your ship. It'll definitely be a load screen to transition from space to the planet.
Mm-hmm. See, because there's two...
No Man's Sky is press W.
Yes.
Go forward.
I want to do that, and I want to see crazy-ass planets and fucking quasars and fucking nebulas, and I want to see black holes, and I want to see fucking dwarf stars, and I want to see... all this
Todd's
shit.
like, can I interest you in empty space instead? It just works.
And then on the flip side, I also want to have like huge space battles, like at the beginning of Revenge of the Sith. That's my fucking fantasy space video game. Just give me that.
See, No Man's Sky does have that too. It does have like
really?
space battles.
It didn't on release.
It definitely did it on release. But I have fought things in space.
Maybe I'll have to give No Man's Sky another try.
Obviously, look at some gameplay too.
Yes, do my research.
It's so much of the survival crafting stuff at first. Like, there's so much breaking down components so that you can craft the things you need. Like, well, mainly oxygen and shit like that, fuel.
Yeah. And then my other fantasy video game idea, I mean, it technically already exists, but I want to eliminate what 25% of the game is and add way more to the 75. Is I just want fucking Assassin's Creed Black Flag as just a straight up pirate game.
But not Skull and Bones.
Not Skull and Bones. None of this Assassin.
I want to get out of my ship.
Because Black Flag still had Desmond shit going on and fucking assassin stuff on the side. And that was cool for me when I was when Assassin's Creed was good. But at this point, I just want a pirate game that is
about pirates.
That is still the best pirate game to ever exist. Is an
assassin
game.
What do you mean? Skull and Bones is the first quadruple A game.
Whoever says
Ubisoft's words.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. No, it's not. Not you. Ubisoft.
Yeah, I know.
Ubisoft.
If a quadruple A game makes me shoot an island to get crafting resources, just put me up back. Like
Jesus. Because look, Black Flag is still. I've still seen scenes like I randomly find shorts of just when you're just cruising around on your boat and then the sea shanties start happening. I'm like, dude, look at those water effects.
I just saw Black Flag actually because it's funny this all comes up because I was just watching Asman talk about Star Wars Outlaws and it came to this perfect triangle of shitting on Starfield and propping up Cyberpunk. All over again. He's looking at Outlaws.
Cyberpunk is the textbook definition of how you save a fucking shitty launch.
Yes. He was just sitting there looking at Outlaws. He's like, why the fuck would I play this? Cyberpunk exists. I went back just off of that one little comment. I rewatched him shitting on Starfield in all his videos again.
How does that tie into Black Flag though? Why play Skull and Bones
because
Black Flag exists?
Ubisoft made Outlaws, so he's like, why does this game look so shit? In the chat's like, look at Black Flag. He brought up Black Flag. He's like, where's this? Look at this. This looks timeless and beautiful.
It is. Black Flag could be like if someone came up to me and was like, "Yo, Black Flag's the best Assassin's Creed game ever made." I'm like, "It's a valid opinion."
You extend that to probably the best Ubisoft game ever made.
Yeah, but I would disagree personally because my favorite Assassin's Creed game is Brotherhood. And it's just me. But I'm not going to sit there and argue with you because Black Flag's amazing.
Like, oh, cool. Good opinion.
Yeah, good opinion. And the only reason that I would put Black Flag third is because Revelations is just Brotherhood but better and optimized. But Brotherhood's just aesthetic. I like the assassin robe.
Isn't Revelations also shorter though?
It is a lot shorter. That's a gripe that I have with it. But it also has one of the best fucking TV commercials for a video game I've ever seen. The bomb song. Mm. Dude, you've seen it.
I definitely seen it
because I've shown it to you a million times, probably too. I'll find it and send it to you. It's hard to find, though. I'm not gonna lie. I've tried searching it again. It's tough. But imagine what someone could make if they made Black Flag on new gen consoles. Yeah. Black Flag, is that PS3 or was that like early PS4?
I'm 90% sure that's 3. I think the new wave of RPG ones started on PS4. I'm wrong.
PS4, yeah, because I was going to say the entire Ezio trilogy is on PS2. 3, that's what I meant, sorry. Yeah, 360 and PS4, yeah. Yeah, because
that makes sense. Rogue was the last one that was for PS3. I should have known that because no one played it because it was the last one for PS3.
Yeah, because I think too, Assassin's Creed 3 with American Revolution was before this one.
Yeah,
and your dad wanted to play that because he liked American history.
It was on the Wii.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too bad that game was so much fluff.
Yeah.
Hunting. I'm gonna fucking hunt.
I actually kind of like. I liked 3 because I liked the Native American side of things too.
I liked the map. I liked the Native Americans. I liked the look, but I didn't like hunting. And even even the map is a little annoying because since everything's so flat in colonial America, it's spread so wide.
Yeah. The France one blows ass.
Unity.
Yeah, it's bad. Syndicate's pretty good. A lot of people still like to shit on Syndicate, but I'm like, Syndicate was great. I liked Syndicate a lot. In London, like the industrial age.
London's like perfect place for it.
But France had so much, like, during the French Revolution, they had so much there. The combat was horrendous, dude. Visually, at the time, it was a step up from everything before. It was a step up from, well...
Fun fact, Ubisoft...
Unity came after Black Flag, right?
Yes,
yeah, it did.
Unity and Syndicate were both after Black Flag.
Well, I know Syndicate was, because Syndicate was the last one before they went to the new RPG stuff with Valhalla and
Origins
and
Odyssey.
People say Valhalla is pretty good.
I don't believe them.
I don't know if I believe them.
Because I remember everyone shitting on Odyssey, and then when Valhalla came out, I heard it's like 50% longer than Odyssey was, and I'm like, that can't be good.
Well, Odyssey was the one that it's like, here, you can have this microtransaction to boost your experience in game. It's a single player game.
All of them are like that now.
That's fucking bullshit.
I'm pretty sure Origins had that too, but
I played Origins, but that was because I can't not play Ancient Egypt. Come on.
Plus, there's a whole new idea then too, switching to the RPG.
I didn't beat it though because you get access to the pyramids real early. So I just abandoned any form of story, and I was like, as soon as I got to Cairo, and they let me walk around freely afterwards because you gotta. Those force quests, follow this person to the house, talk to them, the plot moves, and here you go, okay. Beelined it to the pyramids. I'm climbing all three of these. When I climbed one, I found a tunnel to gain access into it. I was like, okay, I'm going inside. Went inside, did whatever I done. It was kind of lackluster what you could do. I was hoping there would be more. I went to the Sphinx, climbed on top, hoping that there would be a way in there. I don't think that there was. Because I know... little conspiracy brain here. I know of two entrances because there is stuff below the Sphinx.
Yeah.
In real life, one there's an entrance that they a path in that they found below one of the rare legs. I don't know which one. And Zahi Hawass, who's the head of Egyptology scientific board or whatever. Yeah. He's been in there. And he brought a TV crew in there one time. There's a huge, long tunnel, and it goes to the bottom. But then they stop and say that some of it's flooded down there or whatever. But then there's aerial shots, because you're not actually allowed to take aerial shots, like with drones and shit, above the pyramid, like the Giza Plateau area. But there are pictures that looks like there's a metal hatch on top of its head. So I was hoping there'd be something in there just to like... It's a game. It's a video game, and they throw in all of these like crazy like fucking structures, and then like all of these gods and stuff in the game. So it's like you can't just throw some like voodoo stuff in here.
Please, hey, you fight a fucking minotaur in Odyssey. Like literally,
at least in
minotaur.
Origins, you fight like the gods, like Sobek and stuff, but they're just dudes.
Yeah,
and then you're no god.
Thank God. Yeah. That's a lot of theory too behind like old Greek gods, old Roman gods, old Egyptian gods, is that they were people. Just mythologized.
It would suck because I'd love a game about those things too, but then it's like each one of those we literally just said, but they're ass. Like Origins, I didn't make it through because the story wasn't all that good.
And they're so long. It's ass and long because it's long to get you to put money into it to make it shorter.
Oh, well, specify long as in long level and experience.
Long level experience, long story too, though. Like from what I hear, Valhalla takes fucking forever.
I didn't know that. And I'm sure they're probably working on another one right now. And I'm like, not interested. I don't care what the fuck it is.
Yeah. It's Japan. Yeah. Shadows.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because it's a.
They already lost me. I have no faith in Ubisoft as a like video game company. I haven't had fun with their video games besides one, Scott Pilgrim, but that was a remaster. They didn't make that from the ground up.
Syndicate was the last game I had fun with. I beat that
Ubisoft.
fully, and then I played the DLC that took place years after the game with Jack the Ripper.
I can't get over the assassin game where when I assassinate someone, it takes like a fifth of their health bar. That broke me. Starting Odyssey. Like a lot of the RPG ones, your stealth kills aren't stealth kills anymore. They're stealth hits.
That's big dumb.
Because you got to spec into that now. Or be the right, like a little higher level than them. That enemy's higher level than you. That stab to the throat doesn't kill them.
Well, it was like that in the other games too, but they would have a red skull above their
And
heads.
they would deflect you away.
Yeah.
They wouldn't take the hit to the throat and be like, oh man, another Monday. They would fucking kick you away and be like, fuck you.
Just like, because that's where Assassin's Creed lost it for me, is when they went to the, which sucks because I'm such a big RPG fan.
I liked Assassin's Creed as a simulator, not an RPG.
Yeah, like whatever genre simulator, I guess.
I would call it simulator because you're just simulating what it'd be like to be an assassin. Hell, the fucking game even concedes that at first at the beginning story because Desmond is being put into a simulator.
They just abandoned that whole plotline.
They really did. But it doesn't.
It's getting out of hand anyway, though.
It doesn't feel at all connected to realism at all anymore. I'm fighting minotaurs. My stabs to the throat don't kill people.
Well, it was very far out of the realm of believability.
I was taking part of those arguments.
You're right,
online.
though. You were never fighting mythical creatures. You were always fighting other people.
And they would go down like people.
Yes.
I couldn't get over it. Like, I'm playing Odyssey. Again, like, the first 5 hours of it, I'm crouched in a bush. I go to stealth kill, and the guy gets back up. It's like, I look at the health bar. It's not even, like, half his health. I'm like, fuck this game.
Yeah, no. Like, the old school combat was fucking... I love that.
As much as stalking and escort quests suck, I would still take them, because it's what assassins would do.
Like, I know it exists. I just haven't bought it, because it's like... I don't know if I can justify it to myself because I own each one of the games individually on Xbox.
The Ezio collection.
The Ezio collection, because I think it's remastered. Probably more like. So if I was to play it, it'd probably just be like, because if I played it on my 360, it'd probably look a little hazy right now because my TV's not. Actually, if I was to play it's been a long time since I played my Xbox. I don't know if my Xbox has HDMI. I think it has analog ports. So I'd have to use it on this TV.
Which will make it look better.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying. If I didn't have... Because I think my TV might actually have analog ports. Because I've played the Xbox in my living room within the last, 3 years. And I've never had that TV in my living room. Ever. It's always been in this basement. So I would... consider that just for it to not look fuzzy and weird.
And just to have it on your preferred console.
Yeah. But if it's a PS4 thing, I can get it on PS5.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's... Well, no, it's old games. Probably 30 gigs for all 3 games combined. Black Myth Wukong will not be.
No,
and Diablo
sure won't.
would be getting deleted post-haste.
Oh, fuck. When does that come out?
Soon, I think. It's the largest fucking game on my system right now. 120 gigs right now.
October 8th.
No, further away than I thought.
Further away than I thought, too. But thank fucking God, I could use a month of other games.
Yeah, for real. Video games, though.
Video games, though.
You love them, but they take up just so much time.
Yeah, I still want to play more Predecessor and have been playing more Predecessor.
Same, though. But I'll get there.
It'll still be there,
Yes.
hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, I don't think that just the two of us not playing it is really going to hurt it to the point where, you know what I mean? It'd be unfortunate if...
Where he shuts down.
Yeah.
He wants to even want to speak it into existence.
Yeah.
That'll be pretty sad, too. I've already put in money, even though I told myself I wouldn't. But at the same time, I also want to support them. Because if every single person felt that way about Predecessor and didn't put in money, they wouldn't survive.
It's true. It obviously, I mean, that's the crux of live service is that you need money to continue. You know what I mean? You can't not have.
Like everyone can't be free to playing exclusively.
Which I try to be.
I mean, I try to be. If I see a nice skin, though, I'm like, yeah, here. Take my overpriced $20. That is totally, like, market standard, though.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate, too.
It's so unfortunate because skins shouldn't be $20. That's half a Hollow Knight.
Yes, I completely agree with you that skins, on a whole, are way too expensive in just any video game.
All of them. Except for Helldivers. Helldivers, I feel like, was the only game that truly understood, like, the value propositions. Your battle passes last forever. They're cheaper than every other game.
I have no concept of it because I skipped that game. I mean, I've heard great things.
Oh, yeah, and I'm not even sitting here to recommend the game. I'm more just, like, really commending their monetization.
Right.
Like, if I wanted to buy a full set of armor in Helldivers, it's probably, like, $6-7.
That's not bad at all.
It's really not.
I think that's quite affordable.
And not only that, it's not even just cosmetics. So I'm also getting gameplay stuff, cosmetic stuff, $7.
You know, if anything, that is more incentive for people to buy multiple of cheaper things than try to buy one more expensive thing.
Yeah, it encouraged me to buy more.
Right? Because you're like, oh, okay, I can afford this. But then you don't really think about the fact that you're spending...
Even that, they have a contingency for. There's only, like, 3 pieces of armor up on, like, on the shop at a time. So you literally couldn't. Until, like, maybe a year down the line, you could buy every existing battle pass that's ever existed in the game. But at that point, it's your fault.
True.
You can't do all those battle passes at once.
Or can you? Dun dun dun.
So I'm just hoping more games, like, take their lead. They won't, but I'm hoping.
They definitely won't. No. You're right. They won't. But one can hope. The future goals, I guess. But
my other hope is that Warhammer, some company with the Warhammer license, just steal the entirety of Helldivers and put Warhammer paint on it. Please. It's literally how I'd want a Warhammer game to be. You got Earth, you got all of the planets that are you controlled, and then on the space map, the other fucking factions start coming in, and you have to, like, purge their planets. It's literally Warhammer. You're shooting bugs.
Well, it's actually Starship
yeah,
Troopers,
it is.
But
still, now it's Warhammer.
Yes.
Fuck. Give me, like, a Helldivers DLC that paints them all Warhammer. Spend $50 to cosmetically change everything to look like Warhammer. The robots become Necrons. The bugs become Tyranids. They're so close already.
Someday.
Then just add the third faction. Just have, like, be like the Chaos Marines, and we're good. Oh. I need to actually try some Warhammer games, but I digress.
Are there a lot of Warhammer, like, video games?
Yes, but they're not all, like, in the same line from the same company. It's like a bunch of different companies get the license and make their own kind of games. So there's, like, Warhammer RTS games and Warhammer Boomer Shooters, which are, like, old school Doom clones.
Yeah.
And then normal shooters. So I haven't. That also makes it hard to be like, which one of these do I put my foot through the door with?
Probably just Space Marines.
Yeah. It looks the best. I'm just hype. It's sexy. But manga, yo. I need like an easy button that's just us saying, but manga, though.
Yes.
Yes.
Which one?
Still got the bachis, the strawberries.
The strawberries. I read everything. So
I read everything but the maki that you read.
I did all of that in a sit-in.
Damn. That was me with Tower of God. All of that Tower of God I read. Tower of God today.
Oh, yes, you did.
A lot. All of that Tower of God I read after the train arc. Well, even the train arc I did all in one shift. But then even after the last station
you did
arc.
the entire train arc?
In that one shift, that wasn't on a shift. That was in that one sitting last week when I was reading manga on the couch. I read all of our regular stuff. I'm like, text Thibond. And then I'm like, let me just open Tower of God. And I reread the whole last station arc in that sitting.
Oh, yeah, the last station. I think the entire train arc. That's like 200 chapters.
No. And then from there to wherever the fuck I am now. It's like right where Baylord Yama got sent to the area of peaceful coexistence. I did in one shift.
Nice.
Yes. If you can't tell, I hate that fucking name.
Yes. You're in a place that I have read before, but I plan to reread all of season 3 because it's been so long.
Yeah, I mean, I just reread The Last Station, so I feel you. I needed that reread.
I did too. I read,
Yeah,
I skimmed through it. So I went to the point where Jin Senha fights Caliban.
Mm.
I started there, I read that whole fight, and any text that was in between the fight, I just flipped past.
You made the right choice.
And then after the Caliban onward, I read everything that happened going forward.
Yeah,
so I read.
To hype up.
So I know I've read the first 3 chapters of season 3. So
aren't you lucky? Out of all the people that could have appeared before, it was you.
Such a badass fight.
Thank God for the manhwa getting me back into Tower of God, as the anime gets me out of Tower of God.
Not enjoying what's happening?
The animation is just going worse and worse.
It is. It's just super
bad.
Random seasonal anime bad.
Really bad. Like, lots of corner cutting bad. I just saw a clip. That also got me off on a tirade. Oh, man. It's going to be through my replies.
The newest episode was, like, horrendous.
I think that's where the clip came from. Yeah. This fucking scene.
Yep.
Is so bad.
Oh, yeah.
It immediately killed all of my hype for the anime.
Look at the fucking fireballs.
The fires that literally just appear out of nowhere. I know they're supposed to be coming from the trees, but they're not layered correctly. Like, they're not coming from the trees. They're just appearing.
Yeah, it's... Well, they're coming from the red-haired dude. He's the one that's casting
Oh, that's the one... He's the one that's casting them? They just kind of...
Yeah. It's gonna flip again.
Thank you. So bad. Even the episode I just watched, there was the gag while they're outside the whale where Yeon was shooting fire at there. It's like cut. It just looked awful.
Yeah, season 1 was just so much better.
And I was willing to give them the benefit of the doubt and be like, okay, you're gonna run a new style, whatever. Just make a good anime.
I don't mind the new style as much as long as it would be good quality, but the quality is not there. So it's like, at this point, just go back. I mean, it's totally different studio, it's different animators and everything.
Steal their style.
Just, yeah. You're the
Practice
same,
that for 2 years
same
so you can
IP.
do it. Jin Sung-ha would have looked so good in the season 1 style.
I will say, though, because when I first saw him in the anime and I sent you the picture of how they massacred my boy. Then I went back and looked at what he looked like, and I was like, oh, no, it just looks like that.
He does look like a complete dork, though.
He looks way better with a cigarette in his mouth when he's fighting Caliban, though. It just gets that gruzzle. I could have sworn he had, like, peach fuzz at some point, too. Like, the like, 3 lines on his beard, but it wasn't there. But I was like, either way. It
doesn't help that his dub voice actor sounds like he's 22. Like...
Nah, he's, like, 3,000 years old.
Thank you, guys, for taking care of Bam for me.
No, so just usual guy.
Literally. I felt so bad. That was, like, the most important conversation in the whole show, and my partner was bored to death.
I was about to make a grievous mistake and be like, little did anyone know at this point in the story, but he's the strongest person that's been seen. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Uruk Mizuno was in the last 2 episodes.
Yes, but it was after Jinsung Ha, to be fair. So you're still right.
I actually think that... Oh, no, Yuri. Because Yuri's a high ranker, but... Because he's a high ranker.
And they're from the same family, too.
Yes. He is her uncle.
Nice. I was going to say... Oh, yeah. Mizuno came on screen at the end of the last episode we watched. And my partner's just like, oh, man, another one-off guy saying he's the strongest. I'm like, no. This man's not lying this time.
He's quite literally the strongest.
100% facts.
People like to debate. I mean, I think that Jihad would probably win in a 1v1 against Uruk just because...
It's Jihad?
Yes. And because for 2 reasons. 1, it's Jihad. But 2, Uruk is much more of just the fisticuffs and wave abilities.
Isn't that everybody?
Yeah, well...
Everybody who doesn't have magic, which is instantly negged by the main character, so they end up being weaker than everyone else.
But Jihad's so much more of a magical item kind of guy, on top of being just that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
he's the man that got, like, first dibs on all the treasure.
Yeah. And all of the treasure was made either by his, well, not by him, but, like, by his, like...
Workshop, administration,
his
government.
Decree. Like, hey, make this for me. Here's a cool idea. Make this. It was his... Not saying the workshop hasn't made awesome things on their own, but Jihad's had some serious... He's got the tools to really be a fucking menace.
It's also just hard for me to picture Mizuno being stronger because we were introduced to him so goddamn early. Yeah. Part of me feels like it's like baby's first NPC irregular. Like they're almost like they aren't going to just hand me the guy that would be strong enough to beat Jihad.
No, yeah, but he also has no interest in it either.
He's no
super
interest.
Neutral.
Though he should, if he wants to get outside.
You would think so, right? Maybe going outside is on 135th
or at least maybe
floor.
If you take him out and get some of that resources, there'd be something to help you get out.
True. But Will Like Song is like super powerful in their own, like influential in their own sense, so I don't think... And the Jihad
I'll believe
army,
it when I see it.
The Jihad army doesn't like impede them. Like they're neutral with each other, so it's not like.
Would you call it an area of peaceful coexistence?
No, but if like Fug tried to do stuff, Jihad's army would intervene. If Wu Like Song does stuff, they're like, oh, okay.
What kind of stuff? I think we're all set.
Yeah, they're just like. Because they don't...
Does it directly involve us? Cool, we're out.
Yeah. But that's the thing, too, because anything Fug tries to do is directly
That's part of the problem. If Fug was like a happy clubhouse, kind of like Wall Like Son, it wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, but it is a problem. Speaking of problems, what's your problem?
Oh, that was all my problems with the anime. Manhwa problems. Not nearly as many.
Well, because I thought that... Is it just the name of the place?
No, that's just a side note of hilarious
I thought that was something that you're reading that's going on that you're just not into.
So on that note, naming conventions. He's getting really tired of naming things. That Venti Grande Tall trio really hurt me to flip that page and see that.
Yeah, but aren't they also, like, I don't think they stick around very long, right? They're super not rememberable for me.
They're not memorable, but they were supposed to be, like, rankers under Paul, who's trying to help take back over the pit. Like, why'd you gotta name them the Starbucks sizes? You know everybody knows.
I did get a spoiler for something that happens after what I read.
Oof.
Just a character that's involved in the story. And I'm like, ooh. Interesting. Some good stuff.
To be fair, I actually really like most of this arc.
It's because Bail Yama's a fucking G.
He's alright.
I love him.
The fucking sleepy baby plotline killed me, dude. All the amount of times people are just like, oh, but we can't wake Yama. Oh, somebody's gonna go wake Yama. He's just such a sleepy baby. We're in the middle of a giant festival that he's been so hyped about, but he's gonna be sleeping until 3 a.m., sirs. He can't join the festival until he's done with his nappy time.
Which is weird. It'd make more sense if he was a cat, but is the dog people.
Yeah.
So it's like, wouldn't it be the cat people? Because cats just sleep all the time.
And then when we get to the flag, Madarako's fucking ship, and they're like, we need to avoid that white guy. Don't wake him up. I was dying.
I fucking loathe White. Why is he still a character?
How do you pull in to avoid the sleepy baby plot lines in the same arc? At the same time, I don't think Yama was awake yet. I was so angry. That's most of my gripes. Sleepy babies. The fact that everyone's constantly holding the fuck back. Also. Bam, at least 1,000... Oh, there it is, actually. Bam. Bam. My problem. Bam. But the amount of times Bam is just like, oh, man, thank God I held back on this guy or I would have killed him. Oh, I can't use the thorn here. Completely one-shots them anyways.
Why mention it? Yeah, it starts at the beginning. He's trying to, like, fight without relying on the thorn, which I understand.
Yeah, because it was like Ethan Kell's condition. Yeah. But it's also the fact that he's also like, is even close to needing it and is constantly talking about holding back. Like, how can I take anything he's coming up against seriously when every single time he's like, that would have been tough while I was holding back, but it wasn't. So let me get this straight. You got like 2 more thorns. You got fucking, I'm assuming still has Black March power up boost at least.
He still has it. He left the station with it, so he should still have the Black March.
True, but I haven't even seen it on him.
Well, because he stabbed it, so he ate it like the thorn. Okay. So I don't know if maybe there's something that happens that I don't remember, or something that's happened after what I've read there where it's separated from him. But so far as I remember, he's still in possession of the Black March inside him, so it's just his power now. So
it's 3 power-ups he's hiding all fucking arc long. And we get to the end of the arc where he's still holding back. He's like, I need a new power. It just instantly gets a new power. Just for next chapter, it'd be like Evankel, like they flash back to Evankel being like, you are done with your training. And he's like, I'll use the thorn. I'm fucking dying, dude. It's not even just him either. There's like 3 other people holding back. There was the elder of Fug being like, I could take out Yama right now if I used my full power, but that would take too much time and effort. What are any of you fighting for if none of you have any conviction whatsoever?
True.
It's little things that frustrate me, but again, overall, I like the arc. It's just these little choices that keep seeming really fucking dumb.
Are you into the point yet where they're like actively together and going after Jin Senha?
No. I'm like, Yama just got sent away. There's still the other 2 inside the pit. Like, Paul's still alive. I don't remember the purple one's name.
Fuck if I can help you.
The one that was supposed to be able to mind control all of the dogs.
Oh, he stays around for a while. He's like
gross.
Yeah.
Big gross. Well, he's
Big
not.
fat dude.
He's not settled yet. Let's put it that way.
Like,
then.
It's got like a 2-letter name or something like that.
Yeah, I hate him.
Boy, it's yeah, I know. He's like the main, because he's the one that takes Calivan's position as squadron leader. I think.
Is he?
I don't know if we're talking about the same person. Don't remember.
I know Fug wanted him because they wanted an army of dogs that would listen to him.
Because then there's also Yama's. Probably don't even know he exists yet. Yama's younger brother or older brother.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, then not
the one that could mind control all the dogs. Because they all came from him.
All right. Well, no, there's another dude that can do that. A cat dude. Or he enslaved them all or something. Maybe he can't. I don't remember the details, but I know like all.
He literally was going to enslave them all for Fug. That was the whole. That's why Yama ripped out his heart. It's because he's like, I'm not gonna let you like mind wash our whole people and just give them over to Fug like that.
Yeah.
Also, the whole heart musical chairs between these children. The child is actually the heart of my brother, but his friend that helped him out is actually where his actual heart is. It is this guy's actual son. I was too much. Calm down, yeah. SIU. Just calm the fuck down sometimes, man. You completely lost me there. I think that was the literal point where I was like, okay, I'm done being emotionally invested. Let's just keep scrolling. Let's just keep seeing what happens. That and White Sleepy Times. Like, the Nappy Boys.
I just hate White in general.
It just feels so Looney Tunes when it's Karaka and Bam in Yama's room being like, that blast didn't quite wake him up. We have to blast him in just the right way to wake Yama up. It just felt Looney Tunes.
Whatever.
Is my side quest right now really to wake up the big sleepy man? Who's supposed to be participating in this festival?
Yeah.
Ugh. I can't wait to get out of this arc. Again, somehow, I still like it.
I'm sure, well, based on how much you seem to be reading at once, you'll probably get out of it the next time you read.
Literally the next time I read. I can't be that much farther out. Again, Yama's gone. Yama got straight teleported away.
But from whatever I remember reading of season 3, it's like the mini arcs that are all tied together. So once you saw this, it's like, okay, these characters that are left over.
I said this ain't no fucking mini arc. This shit's long, dude.
No.
Okay.
Mini arcs in, like, because all 77 chapters that I've read of, or 70 something chapters of season 2 that I have read, are all like one continuous thing. So it's like, okay, we went here to do this thing, then we got those people, and we brought those people here and did this thing, and then we went over here with the same people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like you had the pit, and then you had this thing with his brother. Then they form an army, and they go get 2 other high rankers. And
just how much I fucking read. $33 chapters.
Holy shit! Yeah.
It's all been the pit. Because it literally opened up with Bam saving that kid from where he was. Like, literally like Jesus. It's going in there like, come with me. Let's fly away. Like Peter Pan. That might be a more apt comparison. I'll solve all your problems.
You get back reading it too. But I'm telling you, dude, all of my wants and needs are directed at wanting to read Magi now that I have access to read it on an app.
I really want to read Magi too.
That 10 chapters that I read was light work, dude.
I think the thing with Tower of God is I just have a taste for blood in the fact that I know I can catch up to like the ongoing if I try hard enough.
Yeah, easy peasy.
Yeah, I have the taste.
I don't know how many chapters are out now of season 2, but if you When I was there, it was 77, and that was a while ago, so it's got to be in the
30
low hundreds.
down.
It's got to be in the hundreds now.
211.
No.
In season 3 alone.
Wow.
I am not nearly as close as I thought. I'm feeling a little less motivated now.
No!
It's a lot of fucking pictures of White. I'm definitely feeling less motivated now.
I know one thing that happens with White somewhere around where I stopped reading.
Hopefully he died.
No. Quite the opposite.
A lot of Baylord Yama, too.
Yeah, he's a very big part of things that are going to be happening for the next, 40 chapters, at least. Because that's what I've been reading, so.
Why'd they even bother to make Yama a Slayer candidate? He's not going to give you his army. He's not going to ever be able to kill Jihad.
Which is fine. I need to look up the definition of a Slayer candidate. It's why are you a Slayer candidate? Because it's you
I can
are a
understand
candidate to slay Jihad, but
Literally.
none of you can. You have to be an irregular to physically even harm Jihad.
You do, but I can at least see where they're coming from with Karaka and White, where they're trying to break the rules around them. I guess it would be Karaka with separating his heart and shit, and White with feed me more souls, bitch. I almost feel like they're experiments to see if they can break the rules.
Yeah, because White's only thing is he wants to be his father. He gives two fucks. Bro.
Yeah. Well, I feel like most of the Slayers don't give a shit about the goal.
Yeah.
Except Karaka.
And then you got the Thug leader who does nothing, but at the same time, I don't think he can do anything, because if he makes a move, the Jihad army would make a move.
Is he the one I saw? Is he the elder?
No.
Thank God. Because I fucking hate this guy.
No.
He's ugly and not compelling to me at all.
I'll tell you right now. This guy.
Ooh, I take that.
There's
a picture of all the Slayers together.
Oh, of course, it's a tiny ass fucking picture.
Motherfuckers. Not canon. Bam's not in a tracksuit.
Yeah.
He's not in a zip up in pants.
There's 11 Slayer seats. Just so you know. But
I'm gonna jump Jihad? What the
but
fuck?
not.
Oh, there's that ugly. There's the man I hate.
This
him.
guy, yeah.
I hate him.
See, look how.
He was the one that's I
Jinsen
could kill Yama.
How normal Jinsen Ha
I
looks.
know. I think that's the exact scene too, because it looks like he's sitting on the same couch. See, I actually took a picture of that elder saying that because it made me so angry. Baylord Yama is a much tougher warrior than I thought. I know he can't beat me if I fight back, but it'll cost me time and a lot of energy. Bitch, you just held up Evankel 3 chapters ago. Did that not take you a lot of energy, bro? It's... Also, this is another epic level dialogue I took a picture of. If you hurt your legs while you're transformed, you're helpless for a minute.
I think you help us for a little bit more than
I
just
think
a minute.
anyway, if you're hurt in the legs, you'll be helpless for a minute.
Yeah.
I just little screenshots I took here and there. And of course...
Oh, the new power? Yeah.
I'm so angry. He didn't need it. I understand how he got it, because he was absorbing all the energy from the mind control dude.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew it was coming, because I'm like, he's absorbing it. They love to mention it's like, oh, he can absorb, use attacks that he's seen and use other people's energy that he absorbs.
Which is funny, because it's been so long since he's actually done that.
Yeah, it's just like Akashi. They never do it. Just, he didn't need it. Just have him use the thorn a chapter earlier. And it doesn't look that cool to me, in my opinion, also. To be honest.
It looks better than the butterfly wings.
I think the butterfly wings look alright. It's just way oversized for,
his frame.
Yeah. For his weak-ass hoodie. Or button-up. And then, of course, can you feel it? That white jerk is sleeping beneath our feet. Oh. We were complaining about that last week. They legit said AoE this time.
AoE, flower of flames.
I immediately screenshotted. Oh, and this one is actually taken for a good reason. Even more support that the ghost is in cahoots. Well, Head-On is in cahoots against Jihad theory. Because Ghost confronted Bam in this section, and he was like, if you want to fight Jihad, you're going to have to be stronger than this, and then dipped. Ghost is given to Rachel by Head-On. Ghost is clearly anti-Jihad. Like, I think they're all in cahoots.
Do you know that Rachel's an irregular too?
I didn't know that. I always assumed one of them would be regular, one of them would be irregular, and someday I'll get the right answer.
No, apparently they're just both irregulars.
I dig it.
I thought Rachel was irregular because she
I thought one of them opened the door and one of them fell in while the other was getting chosen. And
because how the anime made me seem like is that the tower was gonna choose Bam, but Rachel betrays Bam and runs in instead.
Yeah.
And then Bam forces the door open as an irregular.
And then Bam gets in there first because he goes through the whole first challenge with Rachel.
No, Rachel just fails the challenge or whatever because she wasn't
supposed
supposed
to be
the one.
Oh, did she fail and then watch Bam complete it?
Yes.
So Rachel was absolutely in there first.
Yes.
Okay. I just wondered because I just rewatched that section because I rewatched the last episode of season 1 semi-recently.
Mm-hmm.
So it showed that whole section of Rachel's interactions with Head-On the first floor. And that was the one time I could sympathize with Rachel because Head-On legit forces that deal on her, like, hey, you take Bam or you don't climb. Like, you take him out or you don't climb sort of deal. Which is, again, ties Head-On into the whole Fug conspiracy, too.
Well, Head-On, it says Head-On's super mysterious in himself, and people think that because he's an administrator.
Yeah.
But he doesn't look like any of the other administrators we're seeing.
Besides having fish-like qualities.
Yes. But he's a shark. Whereas all of the other fish-like are a specific animal.
Like whales.
It's not a whale, it's a specific kind of fish.
Oh.
I think like a Korean, I don't remember. Or an eel. It's something specific. And every time someone says it, I'm like, oh yes. But then
it's a Shinso fish.
Yes. And they all kind of look like that. And they're fucking massive. But Head-On isn't. And then other things like SIU has said that the murals on the first floor where Head-On is foreshadows the entire plot of Tower of God. So he said in an interview.
Go look at those murals again.
And just the things Head-On does is just weird.
And again, that ties back into this.
Everyone's like, why was Yuri there?
Yeah. That's also a really good point.
Yeah.
With Head-On, though, a nice through line here is he gave that deal to Rachel. Rachel pushes Bam off. Bam doesn't die. Head-On doesn't take Rachel's spot back. Bam falling into Fug was part of Head-On's plan.
Mm-hmm.
Head-On's just clearly at least anti-Jihad. At most in cahoots with Fug directly.
Is because Head-On isn't okay with the status quo that's been happening in the last 20 years.
Who blames him? Jihad comes in and completely rewrites the tower, basically.
Yeah.
He changes the entire system, how far you can get, the rules, puts up rankings.
Everything, yeah.
Puts his own test administrators on some of the floors. Some of them are hired by Jihad, some of them are part of the tower. Like the fact Lororo can just quit his job. It's because he's a test administrator through Jihad's regime.
Which is funny, too, because he's just a test giver. And then you have fucking...
Test givers, floor leaders, administrators.
And then rulers, too, because all on the second floor, you had Lei Roro, then you had, what's his name?
Han Sung-yu.
But then the ruler of that is fucking...
Ivankel?
No, not... Yes, Ivankel.
Yes, because Ivankel...
Yes, Ivankel. I always get Ivankel and Calvin confused for whatever it is. Ivankel. And then there's the actual... giant administrator thing that is also totally in cahoots because he fires them from their job, but teleports them straight to Karaka's heart in a perfect place to get allies to then go to the where Bam is needed. Not
to mention, you also got to consider with all the rules that were broken on that floor, it's up to the administrator to lay down any punishments, and no punishments are coming.
Yeah.
No real punishments are coming.
Yes.
So that's a tacit admission that you're okay with everything that happened on the floor of tests.
So I'm sure there's some administrators that are just chill.
And some that probably don't even give a fuck what's happening on their floor too.
Yeah, and then others that are like, yeah, we're not cool with this, so we're gonna side with Hedan-sama.
Yes.
And then there's other administrators that I'm sure they're just like, I'm just gonna hide in a corner in case Enryu shows up again.
Ooh, cute eyes.
I see a dude with red hair.
I run.
Dressed immaculately. I'm just gonna let him do what he wants to do.
Yama shows up, they start hiding, and then someone actually like calls him by name, like, Yama, we're here! Oh, fuck, that's not Enryu? Oh, thank God.
It's been a few thousand years. His hair could have grown that long.
Yeah, exactly. Who knows what happened? He could have become beastly.
It's funny, that poor administrator. If he just stayed out of the way, he would have been fine.
Yeah, I'm like 100% on board with this now that the tower's in cahoots against Jihad.
Well, because you would have to be... See, because
they're also trapped, because they also can't kill Jihad. They are the tower.
Mm-hmm. It's all about whatever deals Jihad made with them.
Yeah, and they would know the terms of those conditions the best.
Yeah, and because it's floor 100 is when all the 13 of them got offered the immortality. V turned it down outright, and then for whatever weird reason, the one other dude, the tank, they said, no, you don't get immortality. However, all of your children will die young, and you will gain the lifespan of what they would have lived for. It's like, what'd that guy do? To just curse.
And so you just had a really good idea. You had to shove it in somehow.
And then that's why I guess that dude has, like, an astronomically ass ton amount of children. Because it's like, damn, all my friends are immortal. I gotta pump out all the babies so that I can be immortal too.
I did watch a video summarizing like all the family heads and shit like that.
The Kun one's still probably my favorite because he's the only one that has a character because we meet him in the digital sphere, and he seems to be the one that changed the least, but he's still kind of a dick. In the sense that
he's like a monster already, and a monster still later.
But like Jihad obviously changed the most.
Like I'm just saying, I think the Masheni apple didn't fall far from the tree.
Yeah. I'm sure there's probably lore bits that I didn't have, but at the same time I watch all these lore videos that I feel like somewhere I would have got spoilers, but for some reason I haven't been getting any spoilers for the 130 chapters I haven't read yet, other than the fact that I know of a character that is in the forefront of...
I have one spoiler, and it's that Rock gets a power-up, because I saw it in a thumbnail, scrolling through the chapters.
Nice.
I showed you, like, a week or two ago, the little thumbnail, so I don't feel bad saying it.
Yeah, that's good for Rock.
I do think Rock has something tied to the tower itself. The way he's manipulating... When you think about manipulating the rocks, is manipulating the matter of the tower without using Shinzo.
Yes.
In my mind, at least. So I take that as he is, like, possibly just part of the tower. Whether that be, like, a baby version of an administrator or something naturally occurring to the tower.
Well, I also believe that his tribe that he descends from is native to the tower.
There's another good one.
So, like, I'm sure there are other people who descend from natives, because you got to think too, because Jihad and all of them are 20,000, like around the 20,000-year-old mark, but the family tree isn't very like long.
Oh, I hate that about Tower of God, that everyone has such ridiculous lifespans. Because it's not just them being immortal, it's like everybody.
Yeah, Androsi's like 300 years old.
I fucking hate that about Tower of God, I won't lie.
Yeah.
It needlessly confuses my brain.
Because it's like... I think isn't Kun is just his father is the head, right?
Yeah.
Because also because Kun.
Because all of the Kun children are made to do blood sport against each other to prove themselves.
Well, also because he's the Kun family head, I guess, is a womanizer too. He just fucking has like a harem of women. So
a monster and a womanizer.
But then you get like the Ha family. Yuri is the family head's great granddaughter. So at least in that tree, you have it goes down instead of horizontally like the Kun family.
Is every Kun we've seen ousted from the family? Also?
Well, not the princess.
No, not Macheni. And there's one other one I'm pretty sure that wasn't, that we saw really early on.
Well, also probably the one that that was with Kun's backstory. Marie, or whatever her name was.
I don't remember who that is.
He was like in love with her or whatever, I think, or super close to her, and she like
that weird him. Middle space that anime likes to exist in.
Yeah, because it's like she has blue hair too.
You are my everything, but kinda as a friend.
Yeah,
but you're my everything.
But at the same time, you're like, but you're also probably like cousins.
Because I was thinking like Ron. There's another younger one. Like, is Ron ousted from the family? He was strong enough to probably survive in the family. But he's also just constantly on Kun's side on a journey up the tower. So I feel like he's got a lot of free time for someone.
Time to watch a fucking Kun family video.
I'm just scared about spoilers to like go like that specific.
True.
It's worries me. Because I definitely saw pictures of Ron scrolling too.
So maybe hold off on that video.
Yeah.
But I do want to talk about KaguraBachi before.
Let's do it. KaguraBachi time.
He made me so happy. Chihiro, my boy.
Just the whole time? Or something specific?
Something specific. Oh. Make no mistake. Once the enchanted swords are handled, we're enemies again. And I'm like, yes!
Not just that too, he says,
fuck the Kamunabi.
Also the fact that he says, I have no intention of letting you do as you please with them. Or was that the leader saying that?
I think it might have been the
leader. It was the leader saying that. Where's Chihiro's part?
Opening the chapter myself too.
Oh, here it is. You're right. When I get the enchanted blades back, I have no intention of handing them over to the Kamunabi or anyone else.
I do like how the chapter starts with literally explaining that Mr. Shiba, if I show up, I'm 100% sure it'll throw a wrench in the proceedings, so I'll just lay low. I ended up ruffling a couple of them up before because of Rokuhira. So
that's
he would
the first little bit we got, finally.
So we definitely know he would be recognized by people.
So maybe they wanted to hold Rokuhiro accountable for something, and she was just like, nah, not on my life.
Yeah. But it's like, you don't fuck with a teleporter, man.
No. Peace. Boop. Boop.
Especially because it depends, because he can teleport random things, but like he has to be to teleport people, he has to touch them.
It seems like it, at least.
But how are you gonna fight him without touching him? So as soon as you make contact with him, you punch him in the face, he eats the punch, right?
Boop.
And while now you're both falling 20,000 feet in the air.
Gotta use your magic, bro.
And then all he's got to do is separate himself from physical contact with you, and he teleports out, and now you're just falling.
And dead.
KaguraBachi hasn't shown me power scaling to justify thinking that any of these people would survive that fall. But, yeah, just that one scene, dude, was just great. I also love that, Flame Bone Girl, I always forget her name. Hiyuki. Is just kind of just like chilling in the side, just being like on Chihiro's side, just like
just nice and lightly
just like helping him out.
Like, yo, you can't use the power right now. I've seen it myself though.
And this one dude just being like, "You unruly punk, I'll kill you right here, right now, and take N10."
I kind of like how Hiyuki was also just kind of like, yeah, but this guy's not calling the shots. He's simping for this.
Right? He's like, we can't use Hakuri without Chihiro.
Also love I'm absolutely sure he won't. He only kills evildoers.
It's like, oh, Chihiro's winning you over, ain't he?
And the first part I saw of the whole chapter was people cropping out this face of Hiyuki's.
Yes.
Very first thing I saw on Twitter, I was like, oh, KaguraBachi time.
And then the Hisaku makes their move and attacked one of them. One of the originals, the sword bearers or whatever. But he escaped.
Right before that, too, though, I like this guy with the chops being like, we don't need a blood test. You're Rokuhiro's son, all right. Arrogant and pig-headed.
I mean, he looks very similar to him, too. And like they even mentioned, like, the resemblance is there.
Yeah, where it showed that shot of them together.
Yeah.
God, how far back was that? Never. It never happened. I imagined it.
No, it's... yeah, well...
It might be the last shot, actually. Now I think about it. I think it's when he says something. Yep. I'm your best bet. And it just shows his dad's face again.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely Rokuhiro's son. Remove the cuffs.
Go on. Go see the shield bearer. Because there's at least 5 other swords, right? Because there was 7 of them? The Shinichi
7
Cloud
including N10, I believe, though.
Oh, okay. So then there's 4 others.
Yeah.
Cloud Gouger.
Which makes sense. We
Shinichi.
see all the 4 masters, excluding Shinichi's, like you thought. Because I was asking if one of them might be Shinichi's, and you're like, nah. So that's the other 4 bearers, and we still haven't seen Shinichi's bearer properly.
I would assume.
Yes, and I agree with you, because they didn't look like him either.
Well, yeah, but I would assume that the Shinichi's sword bearer would probably be at the Kamunabi headquarters, which would be the most defensible spot.
Maybe that's why they're attacking the other ones first, to try to lead them away.
Yeah. Main Hisaku guy was there, but who knows if he can vine teleport out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who knows what he's got going on.
Good chapter.
Very good chapter.
I love my anime trials.
It was just kind of like a meh chapter. Was Wild Strawberry.
Yeah.
Oh, this cute, innocent girl has a berserker Jinka, which is the booba.
The booba. I thought of you.
I think I screenshotted it, to be honest with you.
And one dude saving the other dude that we just got mad flashbacks for. I had to do like 8 double takes also. Because when I saw him on the ground, I'm like, was he just hallucinating?
Dude, that was mad blood on the ground.
I know. I was like, huh? I had to go back, check the last page of the last one, or like skim through it. And then I looked real close. I'm like, wait, nope, that thing's face is absolutely fucked up. It did actually happen. I was a little embarrassed to even just be like, oh my god. I took like a good 5 minutes being like, what the fuck happened?
And still, 3 chapters later, and no Makoto exploration.
I know! Also, no one's died yet. I expected like half these fuckers to die.
They were all named, though, so they're probably not going to.
Yeah, but I thought that would at least be a misdirect.
We just got introduced to the other tuning.
Like, I knew Rarami wouldn't die, but...
Nah, dude, this is literally
one of them's got to be the Sound Ninjas. They all fucking die. Well, Bell Girl didn't die.
This is literally just the first test that was held in My Hero Academia when you meet all of the new characters. This is the supporting cast that we're going to be with for the rest of the series. I've called it.
Sad. I don't know about the rest of the series. I think at least the rest of this arc. Because I think he's going to be sussing them all arc long to see which one's with the Black Lilies.
And it's going to be whoever we least expect to. Cause
it is. It's not going to be the crazy guy with the long black hair and crazy eyes, that's for sure.
Or the dude with the fucking, like, looks like he's missing his jaw, so he has that, like, mask on his face.
Yeah.
It's not going to be that guy either, because it's like, those are the two obvious choices.
Do you think it'll be the guy that wants to take down the test altogether?
No, maybe.
I think my guess is either him, I'm calling this now, him, or Ravarmi herself.
I don't know, because Rarami's character, the way she acts, just seems like the perfect supporting character going forward.
She does. She's like an angry bitch, but I almost feel like that's part of the misdirect. Maybe I'm overestimating this person, the writer, but I think that's where my bets are right now.
Good bets. I get behind it.
I don't think it's going to be either of these dudes we just saw. That's for sure. Or the long-haired crazy guy. If it is, I'll be so disappointed.
Same, probably.
That'd just be sad. It's like writing 101. Don't make it the obvious answer. Yeah, I feel the same way as you about it.
But otherwise, like I said, it was just a okay chapter. Things happened. Okay.
Cool.
Awesome.
I think My Hero just ruined testing arcs for me in general. I used to like them. Tuning exam slapped.
Yeah.
I don't think any of the training arcs in My Hero slapped. Nope, I'm wrong. The Bakugo and Deku vs. All Might was lit. That was a good training part of the training arc.
Yes.
But the rest of that training arc was not nearly as good.
Trying to think of a good training arc. Probably come up with one like way later. Yeah. But I like training arcs in the sense that
I like knowing they trained. I don't necessarily like watching a lot of it.
I was going to. Do time skips. Why does your entire series always have to take place within a week? Like, it's okay to do time skips.
Just show them starting one of the training arcs or exams and just skip.
Tower of God does them all the time. At the beginning of season 2, it's 2 years since the
Which,
train.
thank God. That did feel really good coming into a time skip after Bam just started training. Like, that's the section where I'm like, yes, he's going to be super powerful. No one's even going to understand how much stronger he is. But now I'm already like, just fucking use your power, bro. Just use your power. Why are you holding back again? Not kill this guy? Why do you fucking care?
Yes.
Ugh.
But, I don't know. Training arcs are training arcs. So just do whatever.
They were good. Then My Hero happened.
Did Kaiju kind of had one? It's like a mini arc where they're
I think they also off-screened their training. Like, they introduced it and then skipped it.
Yeah.
I don't remember explicitly seeing a bunch of training.
One Piece doesn't do training arcs.
That's fine. They have so much time on the boat, I can just infer that they shadow box on their free time.
They just get Senkai boosts.
Yeah.
They get stronger every time they fight somebody.
Cool.
Luffy does some training in Wano to learn hockey, and then the time skip is technically literally just that's all Luffy did. The whole time skip was train to get stronger.
Nice.
Bleach does training things.
Yeah. Kinda. Somewhere
But
between like an episode and an arc.
Yes.
It's not quite an episode. It's not quite an arc. It's like
it's
3 episode strings.
Yes.
Where My Hero literally takes you through every single character training in that arc.
It's brutal. And multiple times, too.
Mm.
Like when Mario's first introduced.
Oh, yep. I was thinking about the last time they fought 1A. Where they literally split up into like teams once again to have round-based battles.
Yes. Because they're just I don't know.
I loved seeing Shinso again, and it actually hyped me up on some of 1A, but it was so slow and inefficient. Like, just put the whole class against the whole class. Stop wasting my fucking time.
Or just say it's 2 months later, and you're like, after 2 months of hard training, now we do some things.
Shinso blush.
And then we get to see what the products of your training were.
Sure, just show Shinso fighting actual bad guys now. Or the other guy, Monoma?
Oh.
The guy that copies powers and is a total asshole.
Oh yeah, he's around right now in the current.
Yeah, because he was copying Night Eye's power. Last I saw him, which was again.
Right now, he's copying Eraserhead's power.
Did I say the wrong person? That's what I meant.
Yeah. Night Eyes, I think.
Yes, that's what I said.
Gunner. That's who you said. Yeah.
I meant Eraserhead.
Yes.
Who should be called Night.
Or should I?
Yeah, should I? I like that.
Well, not really, because his eyes need to stay open for his ability to work.
We need some shut-eye to recharge it.
Or just the ability eraser, because what he does.
Just call him Eraser.
But it's a good place to end.
Yes, indeed. This is then the Dukes of Weebdom.
We'll save the Maki talk for when you actually read it.
Oh, Maki. I heard Maki.
I totally said Maki, but yes.
I was like, what happened with Maki?
Magi.
The all I saw was Sukuna got punched a few times.
And Nobara. Finally. We've been asking for her forever.
I feel like we could have talked about the Sukuna parts of that chapter more, but it just didn't matter. I got to see Nobara again.
I mentioned that he got punched a lot, and that's
I think that's the one thing I did want to mention is the look on Yuji's face when he saw the resonance needles coming out of Sukuna's chest. Mwah.
Yes.
Priceless. Literally priceless. That big smile as he's about to fucking...
So, because they were like, and she just woke up a few hours ago, which means Yuji hasn't seen her since she woke up. So, which means Megumi told him that she's still unconscious, most likely.
Yeah, so in his mind, she was in a coma
screen.
and was unsure of how it'd turn out.
Yeah. But now that he sees her power, he's like, she's alive.
My girl!
She's up in atoms.
I went to keep reading. I was like, I want to go back and see that face again.
But yes. Dukes of Weebdom.
Dukes of Weebdom.
Episode 76. See you guys.
Peace.
Next week.